It is Sunday night, and you know what that means. It is the Sunday Night League, and we are live here at Francorchamps. The 24-hour layout for our brand new championship. Round number 1 of the inaugural GTE championship here at SNL. The rules of the championship: basically we have 5 teams. They consist of 3 drivers. There was a driver auction last week, and the teams are as follows. In Aston Martin, with a team boss of Gasman, we have got, hopefully nobody's going out on track, we have got YOLO, SNL Wolfbane, and Jonovan. Whoever's going out on track, please do not. YOLO back in, please. YOLO back in the pits, please. Okay, drivers aren't allowed on track until qualifying is officially started because we don't have a qualifying system here in GT7. So back to the cars. So Gasman's team is YOLO, SNL Wolfbane, and Jonovan, and they are in the Gulf liveried Iron Brew Aston Martins. BMW have a team boss of Pat, and they are led by the winner on track for both of our endurance events, Silent Wolf. They have got a stunning pink and blue liveried BWT BMW Z Force, a car we've not really seen in the championships before, so it'd be interesting to see what they do. So Silent Wolf leads the team. Rob on drums is there, and Aloe is also there in the BMWs. In the Corvette with team boss Endurance Nuts, let's see, there we go. In the yellow Corvette we have Sarlek, Matt Psycho, Yokas, and they are in the Corvette led, as I say, by Endurance Nuts, who is on holiday. So tactics there going on. Now the team that were meant to be Porsche, there were some issues with the Porsche, and Flashman had asked if they could change. They have moved to the Lexus, which is the initial choice by Flashman. Flashman, I hope everything is going well with yourself. And they have got GT87 Cinemod, ESRM, Chris Boo, and Bunnies in that team. And then finally we have got Subaru, who are in the brand new car. There it is. And they are led by Tiger, who is actually stepping in for Illusion, who couldn't make it for this race. Tiny Terror, and a brand new driver here at the SNL League. Where is he? He's not entered yet. He has entered the lobby. I've seen him. Penguino, who was in the chat last time out, and now he's here in SNL, ready to take fight on track, ready for qualifying. Qualifying is due to start in just a minute's time. So we have 5 rounds in this championship. We start here at Spa with the 24-hour layout. We then go to Trail Mountain next weekend, followed by the Nürburgring GP circuit, and then Bathurst, and finally we are at Fuji. Now dynamic weather is turned on at completely random, and we are starting here in the evening, so we will be racing into the darkness as we go into the first round of this championship. Nobody really knows what to expect from this. It's all brand new. The cars are allowed to be tuned, but BOP is turned on, and we are here at Spa. We're ready to go. So let me go into the chat and tell everybody. Hold on. Qualifying starts now. 10 minutes of qualifying starts now. So we've got 10 minutes. Let's go and spectate then, as we get all the replay options. Let's take the driver names off. So the pit exit here, as you can see, we're using the 24-hour pit lane. Hi guys, have a good one all, especially Matt, says Mama Psycho. So thank you everybody that is live in the chat. Mika's in. Come on, Loey, says Titchy Boots. Evening Jam says Wolfbane. Evening Pat as well, who's in the chat. So we've got 10 minutes of qualifying. Now this is the test of strength. Qualifying is 10 minutes and will run for just 10 minutes. There are no delays hopefully happening here. So there you can see the drivers have different colours depending on who they are. So Tiny Terror has the yellow band on the top of his windscreen. We can see Bunnies, he has the red banding on his Lexus, and then there are blue banding, so you can see Tiger has the red in his Subaru. Tiger's gone off across the white line on the pit exit. So the pit exit, because of the awkwardness of it, we have turned the penalty on, because it comes out onto the Kemmel Straight. So Wolfbane there in the Iron Brew Gulf Aston Martin. There's Matt Psycho loving it in the Corvette, based on a GT car from a few years ago, that Corvette. So just taking it nice and slow. Here's a Lowy in that pink and white and blue BMW designed by Pat. It's a beautiful looking livery there, Pat. Fantastically done. Rob on drums has had the similar issue, so here comes the penalty line. We'll go on board with Rob. So the penalty line comes along here and he has to go offline to serve his penalty. So watch what happens. Go across, we lose the penalty. It's an in-game penalty. It's just to enable drivers to safely enter the track as they come out of the pit lane. So we've got Cinemod there in his Lexus, a lot happier in that car. They were in the Porsche, as I said before, but the Porsche just has problems on this game. It was about 4 or 5 seconds off the pace of the other cars, which you can tune the car up, but that was the base setting. Yokas just having a little bit of an issue through the bus stop. And Rob on drums will be starting the race on medium tyres. So medium tyres are mandatory unless it rains. There is Sarlek towards the back. He tends to like to be at the back of qualifying. He likes everybody to set their times. He's got the yellow windscreen band on his Corvette. There's Pinguino. So Pinguino, 2 weeks ago when we had our last race, he was in the chat. Now he's racing here at SNL. We have a Discord server, you can join us, and that is what Pinguino did. He joined us and he is involved in this race, in this series, driving the brand new Subaru. So we'll see how he goes. Evening Jam, says Mama Sykes. Evening, Mama Sykes. Nice for you to join us back live here at SNL for Sunday night races. The next 4 weeks and after this, we will have every single round live for you here. Team bosses are in the pits lane. So my Psycho's had an issue. He's on an outlap, so he's delayed himself quite a while. He's come out the pits and given himself. Wolfbane is sat in the pits for some reason. That's an interesting tactic as we go off board. Let's have a look then. Tiny Tower will be our first driver to cross the line. We're looking at probably a 2:17, 2:16 maybe for pole position. To give you an idea of where they're at. The fuel levels here as well are interesting. It's a 26-lap race, and the fuel in a tank will last 8 laps. So you're going to have to fuel save or do an interesting tactic. Now the medium tyres, as I say, are mandatory, so we know Rob on drums is very good at tactics. We saw him at the Red Bull Ring climbing his way all the way up to 4th place. So 220 from Tiny Terror. Let's see what his team principal does. He goes a little bit slower, 2 tenths off. And Aloe setting purples in his BMW. He sets fastest time so far. So there we have Pinguino. So the Subaru drivers are all at the front of this pack actually, setting time. So they get, whoa, Pinguino having a bit of a slide. He set a decent time though with that slide. Tiger is beaten Tiger. YOLO is a little bit slower. Yokas has had a bit of an issue. Chris Boo pops his Lexus into pole position by 2 seconds, so 1:18.0 for him. Let's have a look as they start crossing the line. Sarlek starting his lap. Rob on drums. He hasn't set a time yet, so we've got drivers not setting time. Cinemod's having a bit of an issue at the bus stop. It's probably mentioned circumstances beyond his control there. Matt Psycho in 13th place at the moment, but has not set a lap time. Silent Wolf pops himself up into 2nd place in the BMW. So Chris Boo has a very nice lap time there, 2:18.0 for him. He'll be very happy that they moved away from the Porsche. Let's have a look, see how long they've got. They've got 4 minutes left of qualifying. So plenty of time, probably this lap. But they probably don't have enough time to come into the pits now, so they've got to be careful what they do with their tyres. They've got to be nice and easy, maybe, to give it a good wind-up. So Aloe, there we go, the BMW, 2nd and 3rd. Pat will be very happy to see that. Aloe just on a slower lap for the moment. Tiny Terror in 4th place in the Subaru, so we're seeing Subaru 4th, 5th and 6th for those Subarus. Jonovan in the Aston Martin had some very good qualifying results, so he is quick. It's just getting those qualifying results into race performances now. YOLO, fantastic to see him. An ever-present driver since the start of the championships, and he's back here with us. Salek. Oh, Yokas is having a little bit of a fight, I think, with Penguino. So Yokas as well, driving the Corvette. He'll be looking for a good time. That Subaru, though, looking quite nippy out the corners. And Yokas moves a bit quicker, 8th quickest now. Salek looking to set a representative lap time. Where does he go? He puts himself into 3rd place. And Jonovan gets himself into 4th. As I say, Jonovan very good in qualifying. Gets himself into 4th. Where is Matt Psycho then? He's on the purples. So Matt Psycho trying to get Corvette their first pole position. There's no points for pole position this season because of the way it all works. And wow, 1:16.6 from Matt Psycho. Cinemod gets himself up into 3rd place. So sets himself a nice representative time. He's only 300ths up on Silent Wolf, who is in 4th. Salek is in 5th. Jonovan 6th. Oh, hello, Tiger. Through Puon. That Subaru not happy with that. So don't exit Tiger, because otherwise he might go off. Aloe may be distracted by what's happened ahead. We've got Rob on drums in 10th, YOLO 11th, 12th Tiny Terror and Penguino in 13th in the Subaru, 14th is Yokas, and 15th place hasn't set a time yet, so he's going to cross the line now. This could be very good from Bunny's 2nd on the grid. 2nd on the grid, and that is possibly, unless we've got someone who could finish. Yes, Chris Boo can finish his lap. There's a minute left on the clock, so he can definitely finish his lap. Chris Boo in the Lexus, currently in 3rd place. So Matt Psycho, big lead for him. Half a second over Bunnies, who's got 8 tenths over Chris Boo. Chris Boo going just under 2 tenths quicker than he has gone before. This is an endurance race, though. So it's not all about qualifying pace. But some interesting lap times. Wolfbane up into 7th place for Aston Martin. It's great to see these cars all out on track. 15 drivers, 5 teams. There we go through the bus stop. You can see 4 of the different cars we have on offer here today. Chris Boo then crossing the line. Where does he come? He gets a little bit quicker, but not too much. And I think that is going to leave us. We've got 10 seconds left of the session. So Silent Wolf could probably finish his lap. He's going to cross the line. Silent Wolf, where does he go? No, he doesn't go quicker. And there you can hear the alarm. So let's hopefully start the race. Oh, no, I don't want to enter. And we're starting the race first time. This is brilliant. So we're starting the race first time. Let's see. So we will have the race ready to start. This is fantastic to see. Here we go. We don't want to view the event settings. So, replay options, all display. So we can see we're on the 24-hour grid. So we don't start into La Source. We go straight into Eau Rouge and Radion. So Matt Psycho on pole, Bunnies in second, third is Cinnamod, and it's a great start from Bunnies, but Matt Psycho pulls away. So here we go into Eau Rouge and Radion, and we can see Cinnamod already having a fight with Silent Wolf, who's having a lot of issues. We've got Chris Boo in 5th place, 6th is Rob on drums already. So Rob on drums has had a brilliant start as the drivers are going down the Kemmel Straight. Matt Psycho leads from Bunnies, but Bunnies having a look? No. As they all come through. Oh, it's chaos in the midfield. Yokas there in 8th place, fighting around the outside, and he's made a great start, got himself up into 8th. Rob on drums in 9th. Oh, he's gone off, although he maybe got balked by his teammate. Wolfbane is in 10th place. Oh, they're all fighting. Guys, this is a longer race than Aston Martins are fighting each other. Jonovan and Wolfbane having a bit of a scrap. There we go. So Wolfbane in 10th, Aloe. Oh, Jonovan having a bit of a slide there at the back of the field. Penguino in 12th place. Rob on drums having a look into Buon. Oh, who was that? Tiny Terror has had a bit of a disaster sliding through the corner. We saw Tiger having an issue. Did YOLO maybe hit him into the corner? Possibly, but Matt Psycho leading from Bunnies. We saw these two having a really good scrap. Well, we've got one of the Subarus going off. I think that was Tiger. Yes, Tiger's gone off. That Subaru's proving quite handful so far then in this race. But Matt Psycho leads. Oh, Matt Psycho's gone off. Matt Psycho has gone off the circuit, and Bunnies now leads the race. Bunnies in the Lexus. The Canadian, Matt Psycho having all sorts of issues right now. He seems flustered. Does Matt Psycho. Cinnamod there in 3rd place. So Lexus 1st and 3rd. So the team that were in the Porsche. But Silent Wolf will have a good chance of getting past. Oh, no, he doesn't. Because he's made a mess of the exit of the bus stop. And Cinnamod has got his teammate now, Chris Boo. Look at those Lexus go. 1st, 3rd and 4th for Lexus. Salek in 5th place, though, is keeping Chris Boo honest as we go into lap number 2. Salek, look at this, on board. Let's go on board with Silent Wolf, and Salek gets past Chris Boo. Chris Boo having to take avoiding action, and Silent Wolf now in the BMW, the man that won the past 2 races in the Subaru, the WRX Subaru. He's in that Z4, and he's going to go up the inside of Silent Wolf, gets up the inside of Chris Boo, gets himself up into 5th. So Cinnamod in 3rd place. That Lexus looking very strong. Chevrolet, though, as well, the Corvettes, are 2nd, 4th, and 7th. So it's Corvettes and Lexus looking very strong here. Silent Wolf in 5th, 6th is Chris Boo, just little lock-up. Bunnies and Matt Psycho at the front, and Chris Boo's gone off. Oh, Chris Boo's gone off. And we can see Aloe. Wolfbane. So Wolfbane. No. So Aloe in 8th place. Let's have a look at the tyre situation. So there is Chris Boo. Is anybody on mediums? So Rob on drums on mediums. Tiny Terror on the softs. Tiger on the softs as well. So I think the only driver on mediums is Rob on drums, and that doesn't mean that that's a slow tactic. That just means Rob on drums might be thinking in a different way to those around him. So that is the situation on the tyre front. Let's go to the front though, where Bunnies is 1.4 seconds up on Matt Psycho at the moment. Bunnies absolutely on a cusp of form. Let's get it, says Sean XO. Sean XO, unfortunately unable to join us this season because of internet issues. Glad you could make it into the chat. Your Subaru team right now are 2:16.7 from Bunnies. Where has that come from? 2:16 17.9 from Matt Psycho, so very close. 17.7 from Cinnamod. Sarlek there in 4th place in the Corvette. Very happy. Silent Wolf as well. Yokas in 6th. Yokas, I think, is a dark horse in this championship. Yokas is very good in Group 3 cars. And you can see that because he's ahead of Wolfbane, who won Formula X the final season on GT Sport. He is in that Iron Brew Aston Martin of Gazman. Gulf livery. Aloe joined us very recently as well, so he's having a strong race in 8th place. 9th is Jonovan, and Penguino, he's the top Subaru at the moment in 10th place, so Subaru not having the best of starts. But we're only on the 3rd lap. It's a long way to go in this race. Let's go on board with the Subaru driver, the American. So 2 Americans in the field. They're 10th and 11th actually. Rob on Drums won the first season of the Porsche Cup. All the way back a year ago now. He won that season. Very consistent driver. One round here actually at Spa in the Porsche Cup in the final GT Sport race in that series. And he has got Tiny Terror behind him and YOLO. So Rob on Drums and YOLO tend to be... Oh, Rob on Drums going wide through Pouance. So Tiny Terror is going to get past, and YOLO, I think, is going to get past his long-term rival. There we go. So YOLO getting past, sliding the car through the chicane. Very nicely done. Rob on Drums making another error. He's got Tiger behind him. And Chris Boo, I think, has made another small mistake. He's down in 15th place now. He's not having the best of times, but his teammates... Matt Psycho's taken the lead! Matt Psycho has just taken the lead on Bunnies, going into the bus stop, I believe. Unfortunately, we can't go back, so let's go on board with Bunnies. So Matt Psycho, Bunnies has had a poor lap there, 2:19.4 in the Lexus. As we can see, the sun is setting as we're going into the evening sunset. Matt Psycho in the Corvette. Nice yellow overalls in that Corvette too. That will please Endurance Nut. Going through Eau Rouge and Radeon. Very good. You can see the sun beginning to set around the circuit. GT Sport has nothing over this game. GT7 really is a step up in the way it looks and the way it handles as well. So we've got a Corvette Lexus battle at the front. Yokas there in 6th. Silent Wolf there in 5th. It's only 6 seconds behind. As I say, there's very little in it really. 6 seconds after 4 laps. He's on the pace really. 18s. That Psycho in the 17.5s has got Bunnies there behind him putting the pressure on, so it's very competitive at the front. Sarlek there in 4th, 5th place Silent Wolf, 6th is Yokas. He's got Wolfbane behind him though, so let's see Wolfbane. He's wearing the Iron Brew liveried overalls. He's putting pressure on Yokas. It is getting very dark very quickly. I wonder if there is cloud cover here at Spa. As Yokas feeling the pressure from Wolfbane. Wolfbane around the outside. That would be a brave move. No, doesn't happen. Let's go on board with Wolfbane then as we go through the back of the circuit. Yokas going off. That was a bit of an odd move from Yokas. Is he having a bit of trouble with his steering? Aloe is just behind this battle. We'll stay with it now, and I think... No. Cinnamod is getting pressured from Sarlek. I saw a Lexus ahead of a Corvette, and I got excited, and Yokas has made an error, and that means Wolfbane gets past him in the bus stop. So good exit by the Aston Martin driver. Gets himself up into 6th place. Yokas now into 7th. Aloe in 8th with Penguino just behind, and Jonovan himself. Maybe we'll have a look. The Subaru's top Subaru is in 9th place. Tiny Terror 11th. 12th, YOLO. 13th is Tiger. 14th is Rob on drums. 15th is Chris Boo, just having one of those races. Matt Psycho, though, cannot relax. He has got bunnies all over the back of him. So bunnies and Matt Psycho, first and second. Matt Psycho cannot relax at all. With the Lexus driver, the Canadian, having a great turn of speed here. He's really taken to this new game. He's really taken to this Lexus as well, considering they've only had basically 2 days worth of practice in this car. So they've possibly not found the setup yet, or they maybe have. They maybe have found a lovely setup, because Cinnamon is there in 3rd place as well. So the Lexus looking strong. We've got Sarlek in 4th, looking good for Corvette as well. Yokas there in 7th. So the top 3, well, I said the top 3 cars for a team. The 3 cars for a team, they all get points for the team championship. The drivers' championship, it is all up to them. So Sinwad has got Sarlek stuck behind his gearbox. In fact, Sarlek's going to get him on the exit, and Sarlek gets himself up into 3rd place. So onto the podium goes Sarlek. Great to see him back at the pointy end. He was at Daytona, but his car was at the 1997 Supra, and it just was not competitive against the new machinery that it was competing against. So we have Corvette first, a Lexus second, a Corvette third, and a Lexus fourth. Silent Wolf is there in 5th. And you can see the headlights are becoming more and more of an effect, and we've got, now this is interesting, Wolfbane is coming into the pits. So Wolfbane, a very early stop for Wolfbane, bringing himself off kilter to everybody else. So it'd be interesting to see what he does. Now this is the 24-hour pit lane, so it's a lot longer. We have the Formula 1 pits, and then we go down in here. And we can hear the cars, but unfortunately we can't see them passing. And YOLO and Tiger having a nice little fight there for 11th place. I think maybe Tiger has just got past YOLO. Yes, he possibly has. He's just set a faster time than YOLO. Tiny Terror in 10th. Jonovan and Pinguino having a good fight. Jonovan, oh, sliding. Here's Aston Martin behind Pinguino. So the top end of the Subaru is said to not be the best, but it's great in corners. So it'd be great in this middle sector. It's just, Spa is quite a big circuit. So 9-second gap between Yokas and Silent Wolf. Silent Wolf in this battle for 3rd, keeping them honest in front of him. On board with the BMW driver, Pat will be enjoying this, seeing his driver there in the battle for the podium. Definitely got a strong field in this series. Illusion as well. Race winner in Formula Rex, and Cinnabot is fighting this car. He knows the pressure is on. He's got to keep Silent Wolf behind him, although Silent Wolf attacking Sarlek might help Cinnamot, so we'll see what happens. Sarlek will be happy with this. He is pulling away from Cinnamot now. Oh, Silent Wolf just having a bit of an issue coming through the fast left-handers. Cinnamot there in 4th. Sarlek in 3rd now. He's trying to get rid of Cinnamot if he can, but it's not quite happening. He can't get back into his 17s that he set on lap number 4. He's back in the 18s though, so he's going a bit quicker. Lovely shot of the source. So Matt Psycho pulling away slightly from Bunnies, but it's marginal. It's literally 3 tenths on lap number 5 was what the gap has been opened up by. So Matt Psycho will be hoping, and look at that by the Lexus as well. Oh! I thought I got confused by the by the Lexus little sign there. I thought Bunnies had spun. through the chicane. But there is Matt Psycho, first place. Remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Thank you all the brand new viewers that we have got as well. Thank you so much for joining us here at SNL. As I say, we are here every Sunday night on GT7 for this championship, which already has started so strongly. Fantastic battles throughout the field. And I can see there's groups of cars all around the circuit. So we've got Matt Psycho and Bunnies at first and second. We've got Sarlik. Sarlik's pulled away now from Cinnamod. So Cinnamod and Silent Wolf actually fighting each other, have slowed each other up a bit. So Sarlik will be happy with that. We've got Yokas, and he's got the Subaru Penguino, who's got himself up into 7th place now. So Penguino looking pretty strong actually in this car. A Lowy in 8th from the Z4. He is up into position. Jonovan, I think, has lost a bit of time. Yes, a 21 on his last lap, so he's lost a bit of time. We've got Tiny Terror, just not getting on with this Subaru right now. Oh, flames kicking out the side of it, though. Nice from the Subaru team. Tiger, as I say, stepping in for Illusion. This is the team boss of Subaru. He had a poor start to the race, and he's fighting his way back up the field. YOLO in the Aston, chasing him down. We've got Rob on drums in 13th. Chris Boo in 14th. Now, Chris Boo had a very poor start to the race. You can see that. Has Chris Boo pitted? I wonder if he has. Wolfbane then, back on the soft tyres. So Wolfbane has done an early stop and filled his car. Now, interesting strategy there from, and we've got Jonovan coming in, and Yokas. So Yokas in, he's out of fuel. And Jonovan, he had some fuel to burn, but he's decided to come in as well. So we've got drivers coming into the pits, whilst others have got a quarter of a tank. So the guys at the front are actually saving their fuel a bit better than those in the midfield, it would seem. So if you can get the fuel to lap 9, it really will help you with strategy. But you can see the tyres are not happy on the softs. The sun is setting here at Spa. So we'll see where the drivers pitting now come out. And Guino putting all the pressure on Aloe in the BMW as they go down towards Pouon. So this is where the Subaru will be quick. Flames kicking out the side of it again. Very nice. And the Lowy will have to stop this lap. So he will be stopping. Will Penguino get past? No, he can't get past. Let's see what's happening at the front then. Matt Psycho does not go into the pits, and neither does Bunnies. Sarlik won't be pitting either this lap, I don't think, unless he decides to do something different to his teammate. No, he doesn't. And Cinnamod is there, and Silent Wolf also staying there. So Aloe in 6th now for BMW, so 5th and 6th for BMW. So Aloe getting his car stopped into the bus stop and then goes into the pit lane. So Aloe in, Tiny Terror then, following his teammate Penguino. So got Penguino and Tiny Terror and Tiger all in a row in the Subarus. YOLO pitting. Rob on drums, there he is. Look, Mr. Consistent. He's on medium tyres and he's got a quarter of a tank of fuel. YOLO had 1%, so Rob on drums, yes, he's a long way off. Chris Boo's just having a bad race right now. Don't normally say things like that, but Chris Boo's all over the place at the moment. He's got the pressure of Wolfbane behind him. Yokas in 14th, he's made his stop. He's on the mediums now, and the mediums for Jonovan as he is in 15th. Matt Psycho leads by 2 seconds from Bunnies. Bunnies keeping the pressure on though. This is Sarlek. Big fight here though for 4th place. So Silent Wolf has got fuel to spare, so he won't have to fill up as much, will he? So he could jump Cinnamod in the pit stops here to put himself onto the back of Sarlek. Will be what he'll be hoping for. He's got a bit more fuel than Sarlek as well. They're in the red, while Silent Wolf is white on fuel, so he's maybe got another lap left. Could he have fuel saved nicely and put himself into contention? He's got a 15-second gap to Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is pitting this lap. So Matt Psycho coming into the bus stop. We'll see him go into the pits. We'll see Bunnies follow him. Yes, we do. So we can see the lights are coming into play. Sarlek will be stopping too. So in he goes. In goes Cinnamod. And Silent Wolf does not. So Silent Wolf has got himself a lap of fuel. This is what endurance racing is about. Getting laps on your opponents and trying to save fuel while still going quickly. So Silent Wolf has put himself into a very strong position. He could jump Cinnamod and Sarlek here. He doesn't have to be behind any of them. So Penguino also into the pits. That's Psycho getting some new boots. Wait and see what boots he has chosen to go with. As everybody else is pitting. You can see Rob on drums then not pitting. Wolfbane, that early pit stop, an interesting decision maybe for him. Where is Matt Psycho? There he is. We'll see him come out of the pits hopefully. Here cars coming into the pits. Long pit stop. Very long stop. Is Matt Psycho going to leave? There he goes. He leaves the pit lane now. It's a slower pit lane here. Off he goes. Here cars passing. And Matt Psycho has dropped. Now it's saying he's down in 12th. And he's behind Bunnies. Well, this is interesting. What has happened here? All the drivers that have pitted are now behind. Ah, no, that's because the top guys then haven't. These drivers in front then. So, what on earth is happening? So, the laps. Oh, no. So the game, I think, Matt Psycho, Bunnies and Sarlek, it hasn't registered that they've done a lap. Are they on the right lap? No, they've lost a lap. They've all lost a lap. Oh no. I don't know what to say. Something has gone wrong here with my timing screen. Hopefully it resolves itself. I'm sorry viewers, something has gone wrong with the timing screen. It does do that sometimes. Don't want to lose the information though if I log off and exit and disappear everything, so I don't know what's happened. Might have to, I don't know, we will see what goes on here. So Silent Wolf at this moment, I did think it was a long stop. So Rob on drums coming into the pits. So Wolfbane there in third. Is Wolfbane going to get himself into position? Because Matt Psycho has vanished. Oh, no, there we go. It's corrected itself. Thank goodness. Bunny's in first place. There we go. And Matt Psycho in second. Oh, thank goodness for that. And you can see how dark it is getting already in this race. Bunny's in first place then. He's jumped Matt Psycho in the pit stop and taken the lead from him. Matt Psycho pushing hard. Wolfbane up into 3rd place now. Very interesting. Sarlek in 4th. And then Pinguino in 5th. He's got Cinnamod in 6th. Cinnamod, the big loser, I think, in the pit stops. He was in 4th place before it all rolled out. Now, it will be saying, if I believe this right, that Silent Wolf is a lap down. Ooh, he's got 3-second penalty as well, so he's had a bad exit on the pit stops. He's fighting with Sarlek. So Sarlek and him are fighting each other for 4th. So it won't show me. Oh, got a nice battle here between Aloe and Yonavan. So Aloe, Yonavan and Aloe touching. So Aloe backing the circuit. Aloe letting Yonavan back on and then having a go. Oh, and it's raining! I can see rain! It is raining here at Spa. There's rain on the cameras. There's definite rain. You can see it happening on the left-hand side, next to the tyres. We have got rain here at Spa. This is going to throw the race wide open. Because what do you do if you are bunnies leading this race? It cannot be... Well, you can't stop now. You can't go on to Inters with it right now, but... What do you do? Matt Psycho, there, in 2nd place. You're probably better if you're further down the field with this rain. This is brilliant. This is what this game is all about now. It's gone dark and the rain has arrived here at Spa. Bunnies is pitting. Matt Psycho chooses not to. Bunnies is pitting. What will he go on to? Matt Psycho deciding it is not wet enough to pit yet. The rain has come here at Spa. Wolfbane has got himself into brilliant position. And look, the spray is coming off the back of the car as well. I wonder if this has brought the race to Bunny. Cinnamod is pitting as well. Medium tyres for these boys. They are going definitely onto the Inters. Is anybody else joining them? Oh, you can see how bad the rain is. And we're now at the point where Inters are the thing to do. And we're seeing drivers pit in. Yonavan pitting. Yokas is pitting. Well, this is playing into the hands of those further down the field. As you can see how hard it is to stop as Tiger struggles into the bus stop. And so does YOLO. Matt Psycho is the race leader. And he's struggling to stop the car. Intermediates for bunnies. Well, this is dramatic here at Spa. Will it rain long enough for the drivers to say, I've got to... Oh, Wolfbane nearly going off the circuit as well. As we see, so Sarlek not falling off the track, but Silent Wolf does run wide. The rain has come. Here we go on board with Pinguino. You can see he's having a lot better drive right now. This is the man on the right tyres. He came in at the right time, it would seem. Bunnies on intermediate tyres, but has it stopped raining? It doesn't seem like it's getting any harder. And well, there's a little bit of rain still falling, but it's not hard. Probably because of the positioning of the pit exit and the end of the lap timing line. Thank you, Pat, very much for that with the issue with the timing line. No, the rain is falling hard. You can see the spray. See Matt Psycho at the front of the pack then. He's having to brake, look. That's normally flat in these cars, but he's having to brake. Look at the rain pour. It is torrential. He could actually... Is he going to stop? He doesn't stop. He can't stop the car. It is torrential here. He's having to go back off the circuit. Oh, it's reset him. Matt Psycho went so far off that it's reset him. You can see Wolfbane has been off the circuit. Matt Psycho trying to get the car back in. Wolfbane's been off the circuit. And is it at the point where you go onto wet straight away? We see these drivers. Here is Bunnies. This is Bunnies just driving past Pinguino. He can stop for these corners. Oh, I say that. He struggles to stop into the bus stop, but he gets himself into a brilliant position. He pitted at exactly the right moment, but is it going to be too wet for the Inters? Matt Psycho will have the decision. What does he do? Does he go on to Inters or does he go... Well, Penguino... Oh no, Penguino's gone into the pits. Oh, Salek has had a disaster. He's got problems with the rear. He can't even get the power down. He's got drivers sliding off all over the place. Got intermediate drivers. Oh, got Aloe having issues with the rain as well. He's just hit the barrier. This is awful. And we've got Chris Boo. He is on wets. Matt Psycho is on wets too. He has decided to go for the wets. Yokas on Inters. We're having a fight with Jonovan and... Oh, Rob on drums having issues. Intermediates happening. Oh, this is what endurance racing is all about. Being on the right tyre, we can see Yokas having a great scrap. Struggling though to get the car. Pointing right. We've got wet tyres on Jonovan. So Jonovan has gone on to wets, but it's not wet enough, is it? For wets. Or is it? So, at the front, we'll see how it all plays out. Because it's saying Matt Psycho is way down in 11th, which he definitely isn't. We'll see what it does when it calms itself down. It's saying Yokas is third, Cinnamod is first, but I believe Bunnies is our actual race leader. So he pitted onto intermediates 2 laps ago. And that was the perfect move. That was the perfect move. We can see the rain still falling. It's the Lexus. Oh, the Lexus driver! Oh, nearly lost it out on. He must have hit a bit of water. You can see Matt Psycho is behind him. So Bunnies is first, Matt Psycho is second. So this is the battle for the lead as the rain. Matt Psycho is on the full wet, and look, he's catching him hand over fist. Do we go on to wets? This is chaos, says Mama Sykes. It really is. This is what endurance racing is like in GT7 compared to GT Sport. This is chaos. Matt Psycho then, he is showing it in 12th, but actually he's in second place. The leader is ahead of us. We are on wet tyres. The leader is on Inters, but look, the left-hand gauge, the rain, oh, it's heavier at the end of the circuit. You can hear the car being pounded by the rain. And lowering into the pits, he's gone on wets, trying to get it stopped for the bus stop. Matt Psycho was having a bit of chaos as he tried to stop on the dry tyres. It just wouldn't stop, and it forced him to go onto the wets, but there we go, 1.5 seconds, so it corrects itself. We've got Cinnamod, it says he's not 6 seconds behind Matt Psycho. So let's see what happens as it begins to correct itself. So Silent Wolf in third place. He has jumped up into third in all the chaos. He's on intermediate tyres. Oh, he's having issues getting the power down. And we've got Wolfbane into fourth place. He's on Inters too. So he pitted at a nice point actually. You can see as they go over the curb how much water there is on the curb. Cinnamod in 5th. It's Penguino in 6th place. In the Subaru having sliding issues. Yokas in 7th on Inters. It's definitely drier. It's drying out then. So we've had a nice bit of rain come as the sun set here at Spa. We've got 13 laps to go, so we're including this one. So we're halfway through the race. And we've had a nice bit of rain. Lovely. What we want. So let's have a look what it's like in the wet with Jonathan through Eau Rouge and Radion. We have got Tiny Terror ahead of us in the Subaru. Got Tiger following in the Subaru. Salek lost out massively in the rain. And he's on full wets. And as you can see, it stopped raining. So it's going to go into an area where we're going to have... Indian Stig is back in the chat. Good evening, Indian Stig. You've just missed all the chaos. We've had rain as the sun set here at Spa, and it caused all sorts of issues. Although he had all sorts of problems as soon as it hit, Matt Psycho has taken the lead then from Bunnies. Apologies, viewers, I did not see it. Matt Psycho on the wet tyre as we're going to the point where the crossover might happen. So the wet tyre, it's proving a bit quicker, possibly, than the Inters. But look how dry it is compared to what it was a couple of laps ago. So the Inters, so long as Bunnies has been kind to them, will keep him competitive. Go on board with the Lexus driver. We're here at the dark at Spa. Lap number 15 of 26. This is the battle for the lead. It's never been more than 2 seconds between these two drivers. Bunny's pitted at the exact moment for Inters. Matt Psycho left it a bit longer and had to stop for wets. Bunny's stayed on the Inters. You can see Matt Psycho just pulling away from us. He's got more confidence through the quicker sections. But Bunnies will have to stay with these tyres. Silent Wolf, 2:32, is flying. He's about 7 seconds quicker than those ahead of him. On the last lap, a 2:40 by Bunnies, a 2:37 by Matt Psycho, a 2:32 by Silent Wolf. That gap was about 16 seconds 2 laps ago. It's now less than 8. Wolfbane in 10th place. He's lapping pretty quickly as well. So the front two are not, with their battles, are probably holding each other up. Cinemod in 5th. And Guino there in the 37s as well. 33 for Yokas. So Yokas setting a nice time. He's on the Inters. So are the drivers 37s actually the drivers with the wets? Not necessarily. So the tyres are proving critical. You can see Bunnies is going a lot quicker down than Matt Psycho. Will stay with this battle because Matt Psycho is struggling on those wet tyres. It's not wet enough for them. Straight away, it is not wet enough. Matt Psycho's in a difficult situation. We can see the lights of Silent Wolf as well. Let's go on board with Bunnies in the Lexus. We've got 4 different cars in the top 4. We've got 5 different cars in the top 6. This is brilliant to see. Penguino, the top Subaru driver, in 6th place. So Matt Psycho's getting better confidence, or more confidence should I say, in the high speed. But Bunnies, you can see there is Silent Wolf silently coming up behind these two. As they're fighting, Matt Psycho's looking for wet track. Look, he's looking for wet track. He's bringing his car onto wet surfaces to try and cool the tyres and help them in these wet conditions. Because it's not wet enough. It's dropping down, look. We are getting a dry racing line. Oh, well, Silent Wolf proving, though, it is not ready for slicks. He's having a big moment there in his BMW as we go through Eau Rouge and Radion. The night sky, it's clear now, it's stopped raining. It's just what we wanted here at the Sunday Night League. Some nice wet weather. First time we've seen wet weather in our endurance races, and it's here at Spa. Of course it is. Wolfbane in 4th place in the Aston. Looked to have played it perfectly with his fuel stop. Cinemod there in the rain in 5th place for Lexus. Penguino 6th in the Subaru. 7th is Yokas in the Corvette. So he's having a very nice race there in the Corvette. You can still see how much water there is on track as he goes through Eau Rouge and Radion. There is a dry line though. You can see it on the Camel Straight. The dry line is there, but it's just not dry enough offline. If you went off that, you'd be sliding off into the scenery. Tiny Terror there in 8th. Ninth place is Tiger. He's got Sarlek right behind him. Sarlek was the big... Oh no, Sarlek has got Jonavan, sorry. Jonathan's on the grass. Ooh. They're having a fight. They're both on wet tyres. They're not the tyres to be on anymore, it would seem. They're both struggling. Sarlek was up there in 3rd place before the rain came. And now he's down in 10th. What a beautiful night sky. But we're not here to stargaze. We're here to car watch. Here is Jonathan in the Iron Brew Gulf Aston Martin. Gazman will be happy to see that his drivers are getting on. Chris Boo in the pits, maybe testing out whether it's time for slicks for his race leader. We will see what he does. Oh, Bunnies and Matt Psycho side by side into the bus stop, and Matt Psycho has decided to pit. He's coming in, and so is Silent Wolf. What are they going to do? Silent Wolf, I'm surprised at. Matt Psycho definitely needed to pit. Are they both going for slicks? Let's have a look. What is Chris Boo on? He is on Racing Softs. He has decided, right, I am going to be my race leader's test guinea pig. I'm going to tell him what it is like on soft tyres. We saw this in Formula 1, Daniel Ricciardo doing the same thing for McLaren. So, Chris Boo, you can see the water though. You go slightly offline, and the water is still there, but it is looking beautiful for slicks. Has Matt Psycho come into the pits at the right moment? Has Bunnies maybe left it too late? Because we're now at the point where if you fill the car up with fuel, oh no, you can't do it at the end of the race. Maybe you're better holding off and trying to do a couple of laps on these inters. So we've got drivers on inters still going round. We've got everybody else pitting. So Jokas is in the pits. Matt Psycho is on the soft tyres. So yeah, it says Matt Psycho's 14th. He's not. So there's an issue obviously with the game. So he's being very careful. He's got 3-second penalty. Oh no, Matt Psycho, 3-second penalty. Who's he just come out in front of? So Tiny Terror. So Matt Psycho is in 5th place. Oh, Tiny Terror nearly not stopping though. So his inters, Matt Psycho looking quick though. Where is Silent Wolf? So Silent Wolf has got himself stuck behind the other. He's got a 3-second penalty as well. So they're both fighting so hard. He's on the wet on the inside, but manages to keep hold of it. Tiny Terror gets passed by Silent Wolf. So Silent Wolf chasing down Matt Psycho, who has got ahead of him, I think that is Cinnamon. No. Oh, it's so confusing. Bunny's leading the race, but he's losing time to Wolfbane. Wolfbane on the inters. They both have to stop at some point. But do you stop now or do you wait? No, Bunnies is going... Oh, and that's Chris Boo having a big issue. So we're getting lapped cars now. So Chris Boo had a big issue into the bus stop. What is Wolfbane doing? Wolfbane is carrying on. Wolfbane is saying, I can't make the end of the race at this point. This is what endurance racing is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Tyres, fuel, everybody is just trying to work out what is the best thing to do. Wolfbane leading then for Gazman in the Aston Martin. Matt Psycho has just got himself possibly into 2nd place on the road. We'll have to see where he comes out with Bunnies though. As we see in the background, we've got cars coming in now. So Cinnamod into the pits. So intermediate drivers are coming into the pits. Matt Psycho saying 40 seconds between him and Wolfbane. Where is Bunny's going to feed out in this battle? Silent Wolf has closed up hugely. He's less than 3 seconds behind Matt Psycho. That gap at one point was 16 seconds. Pat will be very happy to see this. His driver is getting himself back into contention. As we can see, there is Bunnies, and he's jumped him. He's got past Bunnies. Bunny's stayed out 1 lap too long. Matt Psycho jumps Bunny's, and he's got Silent Wolf there behind him. Penguino on the inters as well. He's carrying on. Again, I think he's going and saying, I cannot pit and finish the race as it stands right now. So the drivers that are pitting now, I don't think can finish the race. So we see how tricky it is when you are on that pit exit, how wet it is offline, then you get back on the racing line. Look how dry it is. So we've got drivers all through the circuit. Rob on drums, just not really worked out for him, but we'll see what happens. So Matt Psycho 2:17.3 is lapping 11 seconds quicker. I think he's thinking, well, we've got to put ourselves into a position where we can win this race. If we stay out, we could do it, but he's decided to stop this lap. Has he made it into the pit lane? Yes, he did. So he's into the pit, so Matt Psycho will retake the lead. But can Matt Psycho make that fuel last? He's got Silent Wolf right behind him, putting the pressure on. They've got a big gap between them and Penguino. So, got a big gap between those drivers. Matt Psycho will retake the lead then. Where is Bunnies? Bunnies has dropped back massively. Silent Wolf is putting this pressure on Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho sliding the rear of the Corvette. So we've seen these two have a big battle in the previous 2 endurance races. Silent Wolf and Matt Psycho. This is the brand new rivalry. It's been 20 seconds between them and Bunnies. Bunnies lost out massively in that decision to not pit. The rain came at a perfect moment for Bunnies, and then he didn't pit. Oh, he's all over the back. Is Silent Wolf. He sets a purple sector into sector 1. That Psycho will know that he's there. We'll stay with this battle. This is the battle for the lead. It is Endurance Nuts Corvette versus Pat's BMW. See how wide the racing line is now as well. The dry line is huge. So Silent Wolf could have a very good... Oh, is Silent Wolf going for it into Pouon? This is a move and a half if he does it. He's gone past. What on earth was that? Absolute madness there from Silent Wolf going into Pouon. He uses the BMW, gets past Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho won't be happy about that. Got himself in second place. We saw Bunny's having issues on these soft tyres. He had to spin. And we've got Penguino. Could he be looking at a podium on his SNL debut? So we'll see how everything has settled down. Cinnamon in 5th. 6th place is Tiger with his teammate Tiny Terror right behind him. Sarlek in 8th place. Then we have Yonovan and Yolo, the teammates, also fighting. Yokas has lost out massively as well. Yokas was having a great race before the rain. Chris Boo moved on to softs earlier than everybody else. He's had issues though. He's in 12th place it says, because it says Wolfbane had a pit penalty. So where is Wolfbane going to feed out? He's possibly in 4th place. So Silent Wolf has taken the lead. Towards the end of the race again, Matt Psycho will be looking at him and thinking, what do I have to do to beat you? He was 16 seconds behind before the rain came. It's dried out fully now. Racing through the night. The set purples run his fastest lap with a 2:16.7, so we're nowhere near that time Right now we're at 220s because of the wet weather. 223 from Matt Psycho, so Matt Psycho consistent, just not there in terms. Wolfbane is in third place then, but he's got Bunnies right behind him. Going down the straight. Bunnies in fourth place. Bunnies was having a fantastic race. You can still see how wet it is. You dip a tyre off the racing line, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The top 5 are 5 different manufacturers in this race. That is, well, that is brilliant to see. The top 5 are all different manufacturers. So we've got a BMW leading, Corvette in second place. Third place is the Aston Martin. Fourth place is the Lexus. And fifth place is the Subaru. Cinemod in the Lexus is 6th. Sarlek in 7th in the Corvette. 8th place is Tiny Terror. 9th is Tiger. 10th is Yonovan in the Aston Martin. 11th is YOLO in the Aston. Then we have Yokas in 12th place. 13th place is Rob on drums. 14th place is Chris Boo. And Aloe has just had one of those races. So cars coming up behind him to lap him. So Aloe not having the best of times when it got wet. Tom, got to be careful. Got to be careful. That's third and fourth that he's with. So he's just had some bad luck here. Wolfbane will have had a bit of a scare as he had Aloe in the side of him into the bus stop. As Aloe was on the wet, he was trying to get out of the way. He is trying to get out of the way, but because it's so wet offline, he can't stop the car on drive tyres. Bunnies has got a chance then in the Lexus. The Aston Martin up ahead. We've got a good run on the Aston. Can't go through there as quick though as we were earlier in the race. He's closing the gap though. He's pulling Aloe with him. So Aloe's got speed. Here comes Bunnies up the inside after the camel straight. He gets himself up into third place with Wolfbane there in fourth. So Bunnies in third ahead of Wolfbane. Bunnies was so high up in this race, but then the rain came. That Psycho keeping the gap though. 2 seconds between him and Silent Wolf. How many laps have we got left to go? It looks okay for fuel. Silent Wolf is a little bit more concerning, but then we look at Wolfbane. Look at Wolfbane's fuel. I don't think this race is over yet. In terms of pit stops, I think we're going to have some drivers do a splash and dash or do some amazing fuel saving. Check that Aston Martin. It looks yellow with its headlights. Everybody else has got white ones. That'd be embarrassing if it hasn't got white headlights. There is Cinemod in 6th place. He's had a good race. It's been all over the place really in terms of positions, but I think everybody has. It really has been a chaotic race. When the rain hit, just as the sun set, the rain came, and it came quite a lot, but then it came very heavy, but it didn't stay heavy for long. Only a couple of laps of heavy weather. Those drivers that have possibly done wet laps really showed. But the race sort of calming down a little bit as we get towards the hour mark. Oh, there's been a yellow flag though. Yonovan and possibly Chris Boo. Chris Boo not having his best night. really. But he worked and he helped his teammate, Aloe, and YOLO. YOLO's had a penalty, so he's come out the pits. Wrong, Matt Psycho's taken the lead! We've lost... So, what on earth has happened there? Silent Wolf has obviously gone off the circuit because he's lost 10 seconds. He has lost 10 seconds. Matt Psycho takes the lead then from Silent Wolf. Apologies, viewer, I didn't see it, and unfortunately we can't go backwards in this game to see what might have happened. See gravel on the exit of the chicane from an earlier spin. So Silent Wolf has lost a lot of time here. How much has he lost? 10 seconds, it says, on his best lap. Matt Psycho then leading. We're seeing 2:18, so it's getting quicker and quicker as it gets drier and drier. Thank you everybody that's watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment as well. We are here, you can chat to me. We are live, but Matt Psycho is leading this race then. Can Matt Psycho get to the end of this race with that amount of fuel? I think so now. We've got 4 laps to go, including the one they're on. Oh, it's touch and go. I think these cars have about 8 laps worth of fuel in them. Oh, something's happened to Wolfbane. He's going very slowly. He's off the throttle. What has happened there? Wolfbane having some issues with a low. Oh, Loe's gone spinning. What happened with Aloe there? So Aloe's had a bit of a spin. Wolfbane's been hit up the back. Bunnies is there. 1 second gap. So it'll be interesting to see what has happened between these two drivers. Cinnamod up into 5th place now. So Pinguino has had a little bit of an off, I think. He's still on the inters. He's pitting now. Come on, Matt, says Mama Sykes. So, Pinguino on the inters. He ran them a lot longer than everybody else. That's possibly why he's dropped down the order. Got a battle, though, between Bunnies and Wolfbane. Bunnies going up the inside. And, yes, makes the move stick in the Lexus. Having an epic battle, these two. That Psycho has got a nice gap between Silent Wolf. 9 seconds after the mistake by Silent Wolf. Here comes Wolfbane. Is he going up the inside? He does. He goes up the inside. Wolfbane gets himself back into 3rd place. Apologies, viewers. We don't have the keyboard anymore, so I have to use the controller to watch stuff, and it sometimes jumps when I don't want it to. Oh, Wolfbane on the grass. Going through Pouon, let's go on board with Bunnies. We can see the Aston Martin ahead of us. We've got the drive. We've got the drive on him. But Wolfbane defending the inside, but has it gone onto the... Oh, Bunnies on the outside. No, Bunnies keeps it going, keeps it pointing forward. He's still pointing forward. He's still within a shout of that podium. He's pushing hard for it. Cinnamod there in 5th place. 4th and 5th for the Lexus drivers. Sarlek in 6th. It keeps changing around here. It's Tiny Terror in 7th. 8th is Tiger. 9th is Rob on drums now. 10th is Yonovan. Chris Boo in 11th. Yokas in 12th. We've got people pitting, so it doesn't like it when people pit. That Psycho leads 3 laps to go. He's going purple. But we're not at that stage really where he can set the fastest lap. It is too wet offline. He's got plenty of fuel in the car, surely. He's pulling out a nice little gap to Silent Wolf. Wolfbane has got himself 3rd place. He's got Bunnies, though, close behind him. This is the closest battle we have on track. As it stands, we'll probably see Pinguino suddenly appear in the top 10 as he crosses the line. So here we go. Sarlek in 6th. 7th is Tiny Terror. is Tiger. Sort of on his own. He's 23 seconds behind Tiny Sarah. He's 30 seconds ahead of Rob on drums. So he's having a bit of a quiet race now. I'll be happy with this, 8th place. And Team Boss here at Subaru. Illusion will be happy to see that his car is competitive now. Tiger on the medium tyres. So he didn't have to use the mediums. Could have gone back on the softs, but probably decided I need to use them to get to the end. Trying to discover where Penguino is. He's got blue flags. So he's got the 2nd place driver behind him. So that Psycho there leads us on to the penultimate lap, number 25 out of 26. We hit the hour mark. He's done very well here. Needs clean 2 laps, which is easier said than done because Silent Wolf was leading, but he made a mistake due to the pressure probably put on to him by Matt Psycho, who was chasing him down. There's about a second and a half between the 2 drivers. Silent Wolf then in 2nd place. Wolfbane still got bunnies there. Still got bunnies behind him. Bunnies in the Lexus. Wolfbane went off kilter with his strategy early on. Oh, I thought someone had slid coming out of the exit. Went off kilter with his strategy early on and has put himself into this position. Bunnies will be hoping, well, the next race there won't be any wet weather. That is a certainty. Trial marketing is next week. There is no wet weather there, which is a shame because it absolutely blew this race wide open. And we saw drivers all over the place. So Lowy will be happy that there isn't wet weather next weekend. He had a few spins, so did Salix. Salix has recovered though and got himself up into 6th. We've got Bunnies getting past Wolfbane going down the Kemmel Straight. That Lexus looking very strong going through the Kemmel Straight. The red Lexus there in 3rd place, but we've seen Wolfbane have a move up the inside. No, he decides against it. That Psycho leads the race for Corvette. Endurance Nut sat on his sun lounger, enjoying his cocktail, seeing his driver lead here at Spa. This is where it all could have gone so wrong for Matt Psycho. When it rained, he had slick tyres in full wet conditions, slid off the circuit, lost so much time in that incident. He is now on the final lap of the race. A nice 10-second lead over Silent Wolf, who pulled himself back into this race. He was nowhere at one point, about 16-17 seconds behind the leaders, then took the lead after all the chaos of the rain. Made a mistake on lap number 22. There you can see it, 29.7 for him. Otherwise, he and Matt Psycho would be having a fight, just like Bunnies and Wolfbane are having. Bunnies has gone wide. That is leaving the gap open for Wolfbane. So we've got a battle for 3rd. Oh, Bunnies has gone off. Bunnies has gone off. He's having to defend. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wolfbane doesn't know what to do. Wolfbane waits. Bunnies. Here we go. Bunnies lost it. They're fighting each other, then down into the final lap they go. Well, Cinemod will be pleased to see this. He'll suddenly think, what on earth has happened ahead? They're fighting each other on their own. Matt Psycho has got traffic ahead of him. Blue flags are waving. He'll be happy about this if he can keep it on the track and doesn't have any issues with the traffic ahead. He should have won at Daytona. He did win after a steward's decision. He would like to win on track, and He's only just going to have enough fuel. He's fuel saved that Corvette beautifully in the final stint of this race. He's made it last so long. I didn't think he could. I expected there to be splashes and dashes happening all over the track. But Matt Psycho is going to go into the bus stop for the final time. He's got Rob on drums ahead of him in the BMW. Rob is going to go for another lap. Matt Psycho wins the first round of SNL GTE here at Spa-Francorchamps. Well-deserved victory there for Matt Psycho. Silent Wolf, an unlucky Silent Wolf, second for him. But Bunnies and Wolfbane are still fighting hard. We go on board with Wolfbane. He is all over the back of Bunnies. This battle has been raging for lap after lap. They have been swapping this position so often. Bunnies will know that Wolfbane is there. Wolfbane has a little bit more fuel than Bunnies. Will it literally be whoever can get to the line with their car running? Well done, says Matt, says Indian Stig. Thank you very much, Indian Stig. Like, share, subscribe. Here we go then. Bunnies into the bus stop for the final time. He looks a bit quick. Oh, he manages to get it stopped. He manages to get it stopped, and he's going to hold off, is he? Oh, is he going to hold him? Yes, he does, by a 1/10 of a second. Between him and Wolfbane, a 1/10 of a second covering them after an hour and 6 minutes. Cinemod there in an impressive 5th place. Salek will be relatively happy with 6th. 7th is Tiny Terror. 8th is Tiger. 9th will be Rob on drums. 10th is Jonovan Penguino. 11th, maybe a bit too long on the inters. Yokas 12th. 13th Chris Boo. 14th YOLO, and 15th is Aloe. Wolfbane saying he will spin off the last corner. He could have got it. Tiger getting his Subaru into 8th place. Awesome, Matt. Great racing, guys. Thanks, Jam, says Mama Sykes. Tiger in 8th. 9th place then. Here he comes. Here's Rob on drums. But a brilliant race from Matt Psycho in the Corvette. I'll be very happy with that. Silent Wolf in in second. 3rd place for Bunnies. Fantastic from him. Holding off Wolfbane by a 1/10 of a second. That was intense, says Matt Psycho in the comments. 9th place then is Rob on drums. Please do not exit the race, people. We just have to wait for the clock to... There it goes, it's finished now. There we go. Because I don't get to show you the results in the way this works, but I think you can agree. What an awesome start to the season we have had here in SNL GTE. The rain came just as we went into darkness, and all chaos ensued. Absolutely brilliant. Great race, says Sarlek. Fantastic race to watch. Thank you, everybody that has taken part in this race. Absolutely brilliant. Apologies for my spin when the rain came down, says Sarlek. Sarlek, it looked awful. Holy man, says Penguino. That was amazing. P8 to P4. Happy with that. Well done, Matt and Silent Wolf, says Wolfbane. Well done, everybody, for surviving that race. I'm going to save the replay. Okay. For some reason, I got a rally car there. Thank you, everybody. Bunnies and Silent Wolf, awesome, says Matt Psycho. Awesome race. That was brilliant, everybody. Thank you very much to everybody that's raced. Everybody that's watched on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe. We've got more awesome action next week. We are at Trial Mountain, a classic GT racetrack. First time it will be used in SNL. If it's anything like today, we're in for a classic. We've got Illusion coming back as well for Subaru. Salek saying great commentary to listen to whilst driving. So Salek getting information whilst listening to the live commentary. There we go. That is why we run live with this championship as well. Great race. Silent Wolf, good game, Matt. I didn't stand a chance. Congratulations, Matt and Silent. Congratulations, says Chris Boo. Congratulations, as I say, everybody. That was brilliant to watch, brilliant to commentate on, and yes, the pit lane exit was really having an issue with everybody. But join us next week, please, for Trail Mountain. A fantastic circuit, beautiful setting. Well done for getting through the rain and the darkness, says Pat. It really was an epic race. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Congratulations to Matt. Psycho, that was outrageous, Jam. I don't know what I've done. What have I done, Matt? Nearly touched it. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what Matt Psycho is. Nearly touched it. Anyway, good night, everybody. And join us next week, as I say, for Trail Mountain and more epic racing. Thank you very much.